everyone, and welcome back to my channel. All right, so lots happened. Based on the title, you probably know what I'm gonna say, but I have decided to stop prep. Okay, so hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been a very long time since I've actually updated you all on what's been going on, so I kind of thought I would just do a really quick recap and yeah, kind of let you know what's going on. And as you know, I do like to keep it real with you all, so I'm going to just kind of be 100% open and honest about what's been going on in some areas that I have failed, some areas that I actually did really good on, you know, all that jazz. So hopefully you are interested in chilling with me as I go through kind of a little bit of all of that. So as you saw in my last vlog, I ended up showing the second show that I did, and I was so proud. I ended up getting second in the novice category. And one of the main feedback that we received was that I needed to build a little bit more upper body, and that my glutes I could grow. One thing that my coach and I had known going into that show was that I really was not as lean as I needed to be. And as you all saw based on that vlog, I was, you know, experiencing a lot of digestion issues, really low energy, and just a lot of really weird symptoms that I wasn't doing okay. To be like honest, like I really was struggling a lot. So I ended up starting to take my thyroid medicine, and I was on artificial, and I'm still on artificial T3. And so what does this mean? Basically it just would boost my metabolism and started making me just feel so much better. And so I ended up starting to drop weight, and I was looking really fantastic. And so I talked to my coach and I was like, okay, what's like let's pick a show date. Like, I'm ready for this. Like, I want to get on stage one more time. But I started having a really hard time mentally with everything that I was doing. And just kind of some pressure that I had put on myself about competing, and just my kind of overall, I was struggling a lot with, you know, cardio. That was definitely my hardest. Like, I was fine with food dropping and everything, but I was struggling with cardio. And so 3 weeks after the show, we were kind of actually reversing because my body was starting to drop. And so my cardio was getting lower and my body was dropping, and it was like actually pretty good. But then I ended up having a family vacation come up, and I was so excited about it because we were going to Mexico, and it was my entire family, and I had already said I was gonna do this. When I had signed up for it though with my family, I kind of had thought I would be done competing, because nobody wants to go on vacation and be dieting still. And I was still, like, I hadn't competed yet. So the family vacation was 2 weeks ago. And on that vacation, we ended up going to Mexico, and I kind of failed in planning my food, to be super honest. I was under the impression, it was an all-inclusive resort, I was under the impression that I could get straight up just like chicken and rice. And even though I could kind of get that, finding protein and rice and things like that was really, really hard. And so the first 3 days I was like measuring out everything, but my sodium was like super high, and like my energy was really low, even though I wasn't like I didn't have work or life responsibilities. Like I had a smile on my face around my family, but internally I was kind of just like, this sucks. Like I am really frustrated, and I was like thinking about how this is like, I wasn't enjoying this vacation. And so on Tuesday, I had just been like, you know what, I am completely burnt out. I am loving this vacation with my family, and like such a rare opportunity that my family has gotten all together, and I don't want to be a buzzkill. And I know it was starting to get to me that I just wasn't, like I was just being really negative in my head. Like nobody knew, but in my head I was just like hating that I was in prep. I was hating that I had to go work out, and I was just really frustrated with the fact I was there, and it was all me. Like I was the one who ended up signing up for all of this. But I finally had to make the decision of just like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do my best, but I'm not gonna be as stringent. Like I'm gonna have a crepe and it's gonna be fine, and like that's how it's gonna go down. And so I ended up checking in with my coach on like Thursday and Friday because something didn't send, and she was like, do you still want to keep going? And I was like, yes, I want to keep going, but I'm not gonna do it this week. Like I'm not, and if that impacts it, then YOLO. Like I'd rather experience this wonderful trip with my family, and like that became a priority for me. And so I had that trip. It was amazing. It was absolutely beautiful. I'm putting some photos here so that way you can see it. But then when I started on Friday, before coming back, I ended up getting a cold. And fun fact, when your body is this lean and has been under so much stress, it doesn't recover really well. And so I ended up getting back, and on that Sunday, Monday, I was so sick and I felt horrible. And so I didn't end up going to the gym those 2 days. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, I went to the gym to try to like get back into the routine of things. And I was sick. I should have not done that, to be super honest. Like it probably didn't help, like getting back onto my hour and 15 minutes of cardio, my lifting. Like I got back into it and back onto my macros, and I started seeing that like I really wasn't as happy as I have been going through this. And so I didn't want to make a call of just like, okay, I'm out of prep, like I'm done. Like I was like, okay, I might have pushed myself back, but like I had an amazing time. That was worth it. So I'll just get back onto my routine and everything. But like Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday of those days getting back, like I was still sick, but I was still going through the motions of doing prep, trying to get to everything. But during that time, during the trip, I had actually seen myself kind of come back to life. And I started thinking about like, oh wow, like this is really cool having energy and having a little bit more of my personality back and relaxing. And because when you are on prep, like your whole entire life is prep. Like you don't get to take like a break. Like when people are like, here, have a bite of this. It's like, no, I have to track that. Like you don't understand how much you have to do, and it's completely all around it. And so during that trip, I kind of saw myself for the first time relaxing and enjoying like being around these amazing people that I have, and kind of being able to like cope with some things, and just seeing my mentality change for a little while and go back to like my perky, happy self. It was really, really, really cool, but then kind of a little bit disheartening. I'm just like, okay, I think I've been a lot more negative during this prep than I should be. And like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when I was sick and doing all of that, I started finding myself thinking I'm never doing this again. Like I never want to get to do prep again. I never wanted to go on the treadmill again. And I would catch myself having these really negative thoughts. And my thought was, okay, why the heck am I doing this? Like, why am I still in prep if I hate this so much? And for me, the reason I was kind of begrudgingly going through the motions was because I know I had gotten to this kind of unhealthy place with my body, and I was like, I wanted to show the best that I could, at least in this, because I don't know if I was going to compete again next year or if I ever wanted to compete again. And so I had that little bit in the back of my mind of just like, well, I need to show the best I can because I haven't shown the best I can do, because I haven't gotten to the shreddedness. And now that I'm taking this thyroid medicine and my body's actually finally getting close to it, then I have to do this. Like I have to do this. I have to get this to myself, and I want to get there. And it suddenly started becoming that I was battling back and forth with that, because I knew mentally I was not enjoying this, but then I also was like, but I'm so darn close. We had a set date for August 9th, I believe, August 9th, for my show. And so that was only like 3 more weeks. It was 3 more weeks. And so on that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when I would catch myself being negative, I was like, okay, look, you can hang on, you can do this, at least get to your check-in on Thursday, and then see how you feel afterwards. See how your body is responding after the week of, you know, not tracking anything. Like you felt better, like you started feeling better. And I had my check-in with my coach on Thursday, and my body had obviously gone up. And she asked me, she's like, do you want to keep pushing? And I was like, yes, of course. Like, I have to do this. I have to do this. Like, I have to get to it. And then she kind of laid out what I now have to do, because it was a setback. If we wanted to make that show, and we could have looked for shows further down the road, but I knew that I wouldn't make it. Like I just had that gut feeling of I will not make this if we push it out. And so my only hope was, okay, if we do this right now, then maybe I can just suck it up and do it. And on Thursday, like she laid out, she increased my cardio and lowered my macros by a lot. And then was like, okay, like hopefully this was just water weight, so let's have you check in on Monday. And after I saw kind of the plan, I just sat there and cried, and I was like, I know I can't do this. Like I don't want to go on the treadmill. All I want to do is sleep. I am still feeling so sick. My body was just kind of like, WTF, like what are you doing? We can't recover. And so this like sickness was still lingering, and I knew that I'm like, I need to just like relax and sleep and get over this stupid cold that is like, it was really, I still kind of have it a little bit of like super congested, all in the lungs, and just like phlegm and gross and disgusting. And I wasn't recovering. Like I just wasn't. I was feeling like crap. So I'm sure it had a lot to do with, you know, just suddenly going from like extreme dieting to eating whatever the freak I wanted, to then traveling, to not really sleeping. Like there were so many things that I had decided to do that it wasn't like I wasn't enjoying the process anymore. And it was, you know, it was my fault. Like I had taken on too much because I thought that I could handle it all. And I realized that, you know, at this point, it's not worth it for me to be hating every single second of the day and pushing for this thing where I know that, yeah, I could show the best that I could do, but is it worth it that after that competition I'm going to be hating bodybuilding, hating the treadmill, hating anything related to this lifestyle where I have loved it for the last 2 years, and I love lifting and I love like the extreme process of it, but I just got burned out of it. And I don't know exactly like I mean, I take on 5 billion things at one time, so like that probably had something to do with it. But at the same time, it's, you know, I am an extreme athlete. I am an extreme person. I love to excel in all areas of my life, but I have to realize that at some point, it's not worth hating every single second. And there's other priorities in my life that I need to start prioritizing, and I want to prioritize. And I don't have the fire in me to be able to push for the next 3 weeks to actually be able to, you know, hit that stage. And so I finally, I called my coach and I was just like, I can't. Her response, like, she double checked again and again, like, are you sure? Are you really sure? And I was like, there's nothing in me that wants to get on the treadmill, nor will it get on the treadmill. Like, I feel like crap. I have no fire under me to do this anymore. And so it's, I mean, as I've started to, like, I'm better right now. Like, definitely, like, the head cold is gone. I know it was the right thing. Yeah, it was a really hard decision, and I wish that I would have shown, like, the best I can do. But I am really, really, really proud of the package that I put on stage. I think that I am proud to say that I went through, you know, 5 months of dieting, was able to finish this goal and accomplish this goal of actually getting on stage for my first season, and that it's better for me to take a step back, reevaluate, do some life season stuff, and, you know, figure that out so that way the next time, either next year, the year after, or maybe never, that, but I have the opportunity to know that I can do this. If I want to do this again, I can. But it's not that I failed or anything. I just reprioritized some things and kind of lost the fire a little bit to have this as a goal. So I am really proud of myself, as I said, and I want to just thank you all so much for being so incredibly supportive. What my plan is moving forward is I'm just going into a building season. I'm currently reverse dieting. I'm also going to the doctors to kind of check out how my body is right now and a couple of other things. So I want to take you all through this reverse dieting process, and, you know, this weight gain process that I know I need to do. It is harder to go through, so I just want to be honest about, like, my reverse diet process. I look phenomenal right now, but I can't sustain this level of leanness, and I need to gain a little bit more weight so that way I can get my metabolism, my health. Like, that's the big priority for me, is my health, and I need a little bit of help with my doctor and such to make sure that we get myself into a better place mentally, physically, and, you know, figure out some other, you know, work goals, personal goals, mental health goals. Those are becoming a lot of a priority for me, so that way the next time, if I ever do want to do this, I'll be in a better place, and it won't be quite as, I mean, it'll be difficult, but hopefully it won't be as difficult as this prep was. So awesome. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you next time.